Granny's, Abner. I believe that's our ring.
Doggies, Lum, I believe you're right.
I'll see. Hello, jot 'em down, store. This is Lum and Abner.
And now, let's see what's going on down in Pine Ridge. Well, since Diogenes Smith made his quick journey out of town and left Lum in full charge of his affairs, Lum has been taking his job pretty seriously. There's one thorn in his side, however. Diogenes also told Cedric to carry on his work for him until he returned. As we look in on the little community today, we find Lum and Abner in their jot-em-down store and library. Listen.
For the land's sakes, Lum, where in the world did you get that suit?
How'd I look in it, Abner?
Well, it makes you look awful skinny, Lum. That thing ain't big enough for you.
Well, I'll admit it's a little tight. I might have to let out a little.
Oh, yeah.
But don't I remind you of somebody in this outfit?
No, I don't recollect anybody I know that looked that way. Except you. That ain't the answer, is it?
No. I think hard. Look at me close.
Let's see. Uncle Henry Lunsford? No, it ain't him, no.
For goodness sake.
Dogged, I don't know, Lum. Wait a minute now. I have sold a suit like that before. Oh, I know. Diogenes has got one something like that.
Well, what do you mean, something like it? Exactly like this. Because this is his suit.
It is? Well, what have you done with his suit on?
Oh, I was talking to Sister Simpson this morning, and she said Diogenes went on that trip so fast he'd never taken his other clothes with him, and she wondered if he might want them.
Oh.
So I said I'd send them to him.
Well, how can you send them to him, Lum? We don't even know what city he went to. Don't you recollect? He never told us.
I know that, but, well, to be honest, I never aimed to send them to him no way, Abner. I just figured it'd be a good idea if I wore his suit for him while he's gone.
Well, I don't see what you want to wear a suit that don't fit you for when you got one of your own. Then you got that there air raid warden's uniform over there behind the counter. Why don't you wear that?
Well, Diogenes left me in full charge of all his dealings. Told me to carry on his work for him, and Granny's, I'm going to do it.
Well, you don't have to dress like him, do you?
Well, I don't reckon I have to, but I don't know. It just sort of makes me feel like I was him.
Oh.
Watch me walk once, Abner. Notice how I sort of limp a little and bend over like he does?
Now, let's see. Do it again, Lum.
Ah, yes, my good and faithful harbinger of the printed word of honesty.
Doggies, you look funny, Lum.
Now, wait a minute. Stop that laughing, Abner. And don't call me Lum. I'm Diogenes Edwards.
I sworn to.
I told you to cut out that laughing.
Well, you don't know how funny you look, Lum.
This is importance work I'm doing.
Huh?
Spreading the golden messages of truth and the helping hand to all the darkened corners of the universe. Fact is, I'm going out and spread the message right now. You watch the store here.
Well, now, wait a minute, Lum, or Diogenes. Don't get mad now.
I ain't mad. I just got work to do, that's all. And I'd rather be around folks that appreciates me and my work. I'll see you after a while.
Yeah, well, wait a minute. There comes Cedric. Maybe he wants to see you about something.
Well, I don't want to see him. Look at him carrying them two lanterns. Granny, if that ain't disgusting, I don't know what is.
Well, now, Diogenes left his lantern for Cedric to carry, Lum. He told him to do it. And he already had his own lantern to carry.
Yeah, I know all that, but it's disgusting the way Cedric tries to imitate Diogenes.
No.
See, what'd I do with my lantern? Oh, here it is. Well, I'll be back later on in the day, Abner. Wonderful world.
Wonderful world, Lum. Doggies, he ain't a sight in that outfit.
Yeah, wonderful world, Cedric. Wonderful world, Mr. Lim.
Well, howdy, Cedric. Come on in.
Well, what's the matter with Mr. Lum? He never hardly spoke to me just now when he was leaving.
Oh, don't pay no attention to him, Cedric. I think he's sort of jealous of you because Diogenes told you to carry his lantern for him.
Oh, I thought maybe he was sick or something.
Oh, no.
I noticed he was kind of bent over there and limping, sort of.
Oh, he's just trying to look like Diogenes, that's all.
Oh, I see. Well, I done that too, but you get awful tired walking that way, so I give it up.
Oh, well, I don't think Lum will give it up. Since he put on that suit that belongs to Diogenes, I believe he actually thinks he is Diogenes.
Well, he ain't really him, though, is he?
Oh, of course not, of course not. Now, what can I do for you, Cedric? Want anything special?
Yes, Mom. I want you to help me order some stuff from the mail order catalog, Mr. Abner.
Why, sure, be proud to. Of course, Lum is better at that than I am, but I'll do the best I can for you, Cedric. What was you want to order?
Oh, I don't know. Just some stuff. Something expensive, I think.
Expensive?
Yes, Mom.
This ain't your birthday, is it, Cedric?
Oh, no, I had that last month.
Oh.
Let's see here. I was looking through this catalog. I thought I'd like to get me a... See, what page was that on now?
Well, you're in the harness section there now. You don't want no harness for yourself, do you?
No, Mom. Here it is, right here. One of them cowboy suits there.
Like this one here?
Yes, Mom. That one.
Well, you can't get one of them, Cedric. Them's just for young'uns.
Oh, couldn't I get a big size?
Oh, of course not. They don't come big enough for you.
Well, what if I got two of them?
Oh, Cedric, now don't be silly. You're too old a boy for such as that. You better just forget about ordering anything, Cedric.
Well, if I don't order that, I'm going to order something else.
Huh?
See, what else can I get? Work shirts, I got one of them.
Yeah, we got them here in the store, too.
Neckties, I got one of them. Books, I got a book.
Huh?
Plows. Oh, here's what I want right here, a bicycle.
Bicycle?
Yes, Mom.
Well, now, what do you want one of them for? You got a car.
I know it, but I ain't got no bicycle. That's what I want right there. Send in for that, Mr. Abner. Write it down on that order blank there.
Well, now, wait a minute, Cedric. You sure you want a bicycle? Them things cost a lot of money, you know.
I don't care. Order me one. Get me that one right there at the top of the page. That's the prettiest one there.
This one here?
Yes, Mom.
Well, you can't
Yeah,
afford
poster
that, Cedric. Well, look here, though. That's the most expensive one. $49.50.
Oh, boy, that's the one I want then. Hurry up, Mr. Abner, and fill out the blank.
Well, here now, wait just a minute, Cedric. Where are you going to get that much money? You can't just send in for these things and expect to get them. You got to have the money to pay for them.
Oh, I got that all right. Wait a minute, let me show you something. There, just looky here.
For the land's sake.
Pile of money there, a show dog couldn't jump.
Doggies, $10 bills.
Yes, Mom. Got some more in my other pocket, too.
Huh?
You count them and see if that's enough for the bicycle.
For the land's sake. Cedric, where are you getting all this money?
Oh, I'm making quite a bit nowadays. Got an awful good job.
Good job?
Yes, Mom.
Wait a minute, Cedric. You ain't got some secret job with Diogenes, have you? I know he paid you $10 just for taking him into the county seat to catch a train the other day.
Yes, Mom. Ain't that your ring, Mr. Abner?
Huh? Oh, it might have been mine. Go ahead and answer, Cedric. I'll fill out this order blank for you if you're bound and determined to get it.
I want that there on top now. Don't
all
forget.
Right, I'll get it. Let's see.
With the coaster brake.
Yeah.
Hello? Hello?
Name.
And the big handlebars.
Cedric.
Jot them down, store.
We hunt.
Mom? Hello? Hello?
Don't just keep saying hello, Cedric. Ask them what they want.
What do you want?
Number 694
Mom?
3.
Oh, hello, Mr. Lum. You want what?
Let's see now.
Yes, Mom.
Don't know what color he wants it in.
Yes, Mom.
Red, blue.
Yes, Mom. All right, I'll tell him. Yes, Mom. Wonderful world. That was Mr. Lum.
Yeah, I know. What do you want, Cedric?
Well, I don't know exactly, but he's in an awful big hurry. He wants somebody to bring his air raid warden uniform down to the barber shop there to him.
Oh, my goodness. He must have seen some airplanes or something. Did he say anything about airplanes, Cedric?
No, Mom, he never. He said to get his warden stuff down there as quick as we could, though.
Oh, my, it must be something important he's seen. Something awful suspicious, more likely. Here, Cedric, take that suit of his. Or no, wait a minute. He won't have time to put that on. Just take the cap, Cedric. That's the part that says air raid warden anyway.
Oh, yeah. Can I wear it on the way down there?
Yeah, it might be a good idea. Cedric, you better warn everybody on the way down there to be on the lookout for something suspicious, too. Hurry up now, Cedric.
Cedric, where do you think you're going?
Well, excuse me, Mr. Grandpap. I'll be back after a while. Wonderful world.
Oh, howdy, Grandpap. Come on in.
Well, what's going on here anyway?
Oh, I don't know. Lum just called up from the barber shop and wanted his air raid warden uniform right away, so we figured he'd seen something mighty suspicious.
Well, I do know. Reckon what it could be. I never seen nothing coming up the street.
I don't know. Come on, let's go out in front there and see if we can see anything. No telling what it might be.
Yeah, if there's any excitement, I want to be in on
Well,
it.
come on. Get out of here then. Let's
Yes,
see.
sir, I'll say one thing for old Lum. He's sure on his toes with this job, Abner. He's got an eagle eye, that Lum has.
Well,
An eagle eye.
I don't know where he's on his toes or not. He oughtn't to be running around without his uniform that way, but he wouldn't listen to me.
Yeah. Why wasn't he wearing it today?
Oh, he wanted to dress like Diogenes. He thinks just 'cause Diogenes left him in full charge of everything, he ought to look like him, too. Even walks like him.
Oh, sassafras.
Goes around calling everybody his good and faithful harbinger of messages and all such as that.
Well,
Hi, Doggies, wait a minute. That Cedric done a good job of getting folks out to look for something specious. Look there, everybody's out on the street.
oh, that Cedric's a dependable boy, all right.
Well, I know one thing about him. He's got some kind of a secret job with Diogenes, and he's getting paid a lot of money for it. Today he come in the store.
Well, for the
and
land's sake.
What's the matter? What's the matter?
Look down the street there, Abner. Ain't that Lum coming there?
Where?
Right down there, coming through the crowd, headed this way.
Oh, yeah, that's him. Doggies, what's that he's got wrapped around him there? Looks like one of them big barber towels that Mose Moots pins around your neck when he gives you a haircut.
That's what it looks like. Now, what do you reckon that's for?
Oh, I don't know. Lum more likely he's got some trick up his sleeve. Hurry up, Lum. What happened? What's the matter?
He looks kind of silly dressed that way, don't
Hey,
he?
Lum, hurry up. Anything we can do to help out?
For goodness sakes, Abner, stop hollering. There's enough people out here already.
Well, what's up, Lum? What's suspicious? What happened?
Listen, Abner, didn't I tell you to send down my uniform?
Why, sure. That's why Cedric brung you the cap. Weren't that enough?
Not for what I wanted it for.
What'd you want it for,
Well,
Lum?
as soon as I get inside and take off this towel, you'll see.
Huh?
These dead blame breeches of Diogenes split in the back about a mile long. Granny's, Abner, I believe that's our ring.
Aye, Doggies, Lum, I believe you're right.
I'll see. Hello, jot 'em down, store. This is Lum and Abner.
And now, let's see what's going on down in Pine Ridge. Well, Diogenes Smith hasn't returned to Pine Ridge yet, so Lum is still carrying on his work for him. However, the main topic of conversation in town is Cedric's sudden wealth. Cedric won't reveal the source of his money, but he continues to spend it with reckless abandon. As we look in on the little community today, we find Lum in the Jot 'em Down store and library. Grandpappy Spears is at his favorite place at the library table, reading a book. Listen.
Yeah, here's another interesting story, Lum.
I don't want to hear it, Grandpap. Them stories is for children.
This is about a king that lived way back in the old times. King Midas. He was crazy about gold. Says he had a chance to wish anything he wanted, and what do you think he wished for?
I don't know, and I don't care.
Well, I'll tell you then. He wished everything he'd touch had turned to gold.
Granny, I don't blame him. That's a good idea. Bound you never had no trouble paying his income tax.
No, it turned out to be a nuisance. That's the morals of the story. Everything he touched turned to gold. Go to pick up an apple or a pear off of a tree, and before he could even take a bite out of it, it turned to gold.
And he complained about it?
Well, he never got nothing to eat. Finally, he touched his little girl, his own daughter, and she turned to gold.
Granny, that's right, ain't it?
Yeah, it just goes to show there's something else in this world of heap more importance than gold.
Yeah, I never had thought about that. Of course, a fella could be careful what he touched. He could wear mittens.
Yeah, the trouble of it is, when you put them on, they'd be gold, too.
Yeah, that's right. Granny's, maybe that's what Cedric's got.
Gold mittens?
No, maybe that's where he's getting all this money he's been spending the last few days. Maybe everything he touches turns to $10 bills.
Yeah, I heard Cedric had struck it rich.
Oh, he's been down here ordering stuff out of the mail order catalog right and left.
Whereabouts did he get all the money?
I don't know. He won't tell. Had a roll of bills in here this morning he couldn't reach around with both hands.
Don't reckon he's won that $10,000 prize Diogenes Smith was offering for the most honest and kind person in Pine Ridge, do you?
No, the contest ain't over yet. No, that ain't it.
Well, I don't much think he can just touch something and make it turn into money, though, Lum.
No, I know that, Granddad, but it's coming awful easy for him some way or other, the way he's spending it.
Yeah, there's some talk around. Of course, I don't like to spread tales, Lum. But wait a minute, though. Here comes Squire Skimp.
You heard what?
I'll tell you later, Lum. There's all sorts of stories about where Cedric's getting his money.
Well, howdy, Squire. Come in, come in.
Yes, wonderful world, Lum.
Oh, yeah, wonderful world.
Wonderful world,
Wonderful world, Grandpap.
What can we do for you, Squire?
Oh, nothing at all, Lum. I just thought I'd drop over and loaf a while.
Yeah, good for you. Draw up a chair there and sit down.
Yes, thank you, Lum. I don't care if I do. Oh, me.
Yeah, just reading a story here about King Midas, Squire. Did you ever hear
Oh,
about...
yes, Grandpap, yes. Everything he touched turned to gold.
Oh, you done heard it.
Yes.
Read them stories to yourself, Grandpap. We ain't interested in hearing them.
By the way, Lum, had Cedric been in here?
Yeah, he was in here this morning, Squire.
You wouldn't know where he might be found this afternoon, I don't suppose.
No, I wouldn't. I never heard him say. Did you want to see him about something special?
Oh, well, no, not particularly. That is, I understand that he has come into a considerable amount of money. Had you heard that, Lum?
Well, he's got some, all right. I don't know where he's come into it or not. I know it's going out mighty fast. He's ordered might nigh everything he can find in the mail order catalog.
Well,
Ordered over $300 worth of stuff in here this morning. Abner made out to order for him.
yes, well, I heard that he was spending it rather recklessly. I wonder, Lum, if you wouldn't speak to Cedric in my behalf. Now, I've had considerable experience as a business manager, handling large amounts, funds for estates and things like that, sort of an investment advisor.
Well, I don't know, Squire. Why don't you talk to him?
Well, I intend to, but, I just thought that you might persuade him that it was for his best interest before I even approached him. For some unknown reason, I'm afraid young Weehunt has picked up an erroneous impression of my integrity.
Well, I'd rather not get mixed up in it, Squire. I don't much think he'll be interested in having nobody look after his money for him, though.
You don't know.
I know I tried to talk to him this morning about the way he's spending his money, and he just kept saying not to worry about him. Said there was more money where that come from.
Well, that sounds very interesting. Very interesting, yes. Well, I think I'll drop over about the blacksmith shop and see if I can find him, and perhaps I can talk him into her. That is, demonstrate to him the wisdom of the plan that I have in mind for him. Well, good day, Lum, and if you get a chance, I'll appreciate anything that you might say in my behalf.
All right, Squire.
Yes, wonderful world.
Yeah, wonderful world. Thing is, it wouldn't be if they's all like him. Thing is, that Cedric better watch that Squire. The minute he hears about anybody getting hold of a little money, he's right after him.
What'd you say, Lum?
Squire's heard about Cedric having all this money. Now he's going to try to get a job managing Cedric's business for him.
What business?
Looking after his money. Wait a minute, I think that was our ring. Hello, jot 'em down, store and library. Lum Edwards, air raid warden speaking. Oh, hello, Cedric. Course not. You just ordered the stuff this morning. Oh, it won't be here for a week or two. You what? Well, all right, I'll make out the order for you, but I don't know what you're going to do with all this stuff, Cedric. Pinball machine. I don't know whether they got 'em or not. Yeah, whereabouts are you at now? Well, come on over and I'll make out the order for you. By the way, Cedric, Squire Skimp's looking for you. Oh, wants a job looking after your money for you, I think. Well, that's what I told him. Yeah, the way you're spending it right and left, you ain't going to have nothing to look after no way. Yeah, well, hurry up, because I want to go to the schoolhouse quick as Abner gets back. All right, Cedric. Oh, wonderful world. Cedric's wanting to order some more stuff now.
What'd you say, Lum?
That was Cedric. He's wanting to order some more stuff out of the catalog.
I wouldn't do it for him, Lum. I just wouldn't do it. If the boy ain't got sense enough to look after his money, you ought to do it for him. I just can't understand his Paul letting him squander it this way. More likely Caleb don't even know it. Of course, whilst he ain't come right out and said, he might have a heap more money than we know about. Squire might not have a bad idea there, handling his business for him. Well, I don't know if Squire's the one to do it or not, but he ought to have somebody looking after it for him. The boy's going to have a guardian, or he'll be broke and nothing to show for it except a bunch of junk like he's been ordering. Yeah. Still, I hate to take chances on Squire advising him. Well, why don't you take over the job for him, Lum? Well, I don't know. Sort of hate to take the responsibility. Well, I know you wouldn't try to steal nothing from him, and that's more than I can say for Squire Skimp. Oh, yeah, I'd be honest. I can say that for me. If he's got enough money, I might be able to invest it for him to where he could be one of them big business tycoons. Stocks and bonds and stuff. Corner some markets for him, one thing and another. Real estate. Now, granny, there's one thing we ain't gotten here in this town. Ain't got no real estate? No, we got that, but every big city you ever heard of has got a batch of department houses. Put some of them here in Pine Ridge, we wouldn't have no competition at all. Fix them up nice, have elevators in them. See, a lot of that stuff you could get right out of the catalog here. That is, furniture and such as that. Furnish them up to date, I say. If we're going to have them right. I noticed some mission oak sitting room furniture there in the catalog. Leather covered and everything. Don't you think that'd look nice? Grandpa? Grandpa! What's the matter, Lum? Are you listening to me? No, I was just reading here. Here's another feller that had an awful easy way of getting money, too, Lum. Aladdin and his lamp. Never heard of him. Well, he had it worked out a heap better than that King Midas did, if you want my notions. Instead of just getting gold, he could rub that lamp and get anything he wanted. Rub what lamp? Oh, he had a magic lamp he'd rub. I do know. Just rub it, huh? Yeah, according to the story here, just take and rub that lamp and make a wish, and bing, there it was. Just by rubbing the lamp, huh? What's that, Lum? Nothing, I just studying here. Now, Granny's, wait a minute, Grandpap. I believe you give me an idea. You ain't going to try rubbing a lamp, are you? No, but that feller Diogenes appeared to have plenty of money, didn't he? Oh, yeah, appeared to. He even offered to give away $10,000 for the most honest man in this town. And he carried a certain lantern with him all that time. Yeah, I saw his lantern. Grannies, when he left town, he give that lantern to Cedric. And now Cedric's got plenty of money and throwing it away. That's where they're getting all that money right there. That lantern is magic just as sure as the world.
Granny's, Abner, I believe that's our ring.
I dog his Lum, I believe you're right.
I'll see. Hello, jot 'em down, store. This is Lum and Abner.
And now, let's see what's going on down in Pine Ridge. Well, Lum believes that he's hit upon the secret of Cedric's sudden and apparently unlimited wealth. After hearing Grandpappy Spears read the story of Aladdin and the wonderful lamp, Lum became convinced that the lantern which Diogenes Smith left for Cedric to carry during his absence is another Aladdin's lamp. As we look in on the little community today, we find Lum and Abner in their jot-em-down store and library, waiting for Cedric. Listen.
Hey, dog, there comes Cedric down the street already, Lum. He's sure getting over here fast, you know.
Yeah.
You didn't call him till about 5 minutes ago.
Well, I told him to hurry. Now, don't you say nothing to him about Diogenes' lantern.
Oh, no,
Just leave that to me.
Sure.
I'll study up some way to get Cedric to leave that with us for a while.
Yeah, well, now, are you sure that's where Cedric's getting all his money, Lum?
Of course I'm sure. Well, I'm almost sure. Diogenes always carried that same lantern around. We know he was rich.
Yeah.
Now, since Cedric's got it, he's rich.
Yeah, that's right, ain't it?
And there ain't no other way Cedric could get that much money, except by magic.
No. I dog it is still hard to believe, though. All he has to do is rub that lantern, and out comes hundreds of dollars.
I know it is, but it happened once a long time ago. Tells all about it in that book Grandpap was reading the other day. It's called Aladdin and the Wonderful Lamp.
Wonderful lamp.
Yeah. Granny, that's more than likely where Diogenes got that saying about wonderful world.
Why, sure it is.
Yeah, for all we know, that lantern of Diogenes might be the same one that Aladdin had.
Yes, sir.
Might have handed down from generations to generations.
You mean Diogenes and that feller Aladdin's is relates?
I don't know, Abner, but it sure looked... Wait a minute. Here's Cedric now. Find out.
Yeah.
Well, howdy, Cedric, old boy.
Come in, Cedric, old boy. Sit down. Make yourself comfortable.
Wonderful world.
Wonderful world.
So what you fellas wanted to see me about? Oh, we just wanted to talk to you, Cedric. Sit down there.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
You see, Diogenes sort of left me in charge of things while he's out of town, Cedric, and he told me to see that you was taking good care of his lantern for him.
Yeah, that's what he said, Cedric.
So I figured you'd better leave it here with me for today, and I'll check it over and polish it up and stuff. Oh, I polish it every day, Mr. Lum. Take awful good care of it. You do, huh? Well, it don't look like it's been polished today. Well, I ain't got to it yet today, but generally that's the first thing I do whenever I get up in the morning. I polish the lantern and rub it good and hard till it's terrible shiny, and then I get me a big roll of money, and I'm all set for the day.
Uh-oh.
Did you hear that, Abner?
Yeah. Well, I do know.
Mom?
Oh, nothing, Cedric. Nothing.
Well, I reckon I'd better be running along. I gotta spread the word into corners that's dark and stuff. So long.
Yeah, well, here, wait a minute,
Yeah,
Cedric.
wait a minute, Cedric. Sit back down.
Yeah.
Why don't you leave the lantern here for a little bit, and I'll fill it up with coal oil for nothing. Oh, much obliged, but it's filled up. Besides, I can buy all the coal oil I want. I'll see you later. Well, wait a minute, Cedric. Don't go yet. I want to see you about something. Let's see now.
You sure that lantern ain't too heavy for you to carry all by yourself, Cedric?
Oh, no, Mom. It's awful light. I could carry 100 of them.
You could.
Cedric, that pinball machine you ordered out of the catalog might be here by now. Why don't you run over to the post office and see?
Yeah.
And you better leave the lantern here, because you'll need both hands to carry the machine if it's here. Well, I already been over to the post office and asked about it. Ain't here. It ain't, huh? Well, come to think of it, Cedric, they generally send them things by express. They might have delivered it to Luke Spear's restaurant, because that's the only place that uses them in this town.
Yes, sir. That's more than likely just where it's at. Seems to me like I seen somebody deliver a big package down there this morning, Cedric.
Oh, boy, I'll bound you that's it.
Why, sure.
Let's call Mr. Luke up on the phone and ask him. No, we can't do that, Cedric. The phone may be out, or...
Yeah.
You better run down there and see. Yes, Mom, I reckon I will. Boy, I'll hope it's here.
Yeah, well, here, wait, Cedric. Leave the lantern. You'll need both hands to carry that big machine.
Yes, Mom, but I think Mr. Diogenes would like for me not to carry it, though. He told me to carry it all the time. Well, we won't tell him, Cedric. Honest, sure enough, won't you?
Why, of course not. Now, here, set it down. Now, run along. You better hurry now.
Wonderful world.
Wonderful world.
Granny's, I thought we never was going to get that lantern away from that boy.
Me neither.
Good thing I thought about that pinball machine.
Oh, yeah, he fell for that. Reckon why he wants to get himself a pinball machine.
I don't know. I think he wants to have one to practice on so he can learn how to beat that one down at Luke Spear's restaurant.
Yeah.
That's his one ambition, just to beat that pinball machine once.
Oh, yeah. Well, here. Come on, let's rub the lantern and see that magic stuff work.
Yeah. Granny's, Abner, we got it.
Oh, my, yeah.
Look at that little thing sitting there. That little innocent lantern.
Yeah.
And to think it's got more power than you or me or Diogenes or anybody.
Why, sure.
And in about 2 minutes, it's going to make us rich.
Well, here, hurry up. Let's try it. I still got to see this before I believe it, Mom.
Well, you believe it, all right. Go ahead. I'll let you be first.
Well, good for me. You see, now, what I do now, just rub the lantern?
Well, wait. You got to ask it for something first.
Oh.
Better ask it for something big, because we ain't got much time.
Yeah. Let's see. How about an elephant?
An elephant?
Yeah. That's big.
Yeah, we don't want one of them things stomping around the store here.
Oh.
Besides, Cedric might get suspicious if he come back and seen an elephant in here. He'd know it was magic.
Oh, yeah, he might, yeah.
Ask it for money.
Money, huh?
We know it works on that.
Yeah, let's see, about $10.
$10? Oh, goodness. Make it $100,000.
$100,000?
Here, I better do it.
Yeah,
Just
try it
a
out.
little
Mom.
bitty idea.
I'm too nervous to fool with that anyway.
Yeah, then, oh, wonderful lantern, give me $100,000.
Try it again, Lum. Rub it a little harder this time.
Rubbed as hard as I could.
Now try it again.
Oh, wonderful lantern, give me $100,000.
Doggies, let me try it once. Oh, lantern, give me $100,000, please.
Better go back to $10.
10, huh?
Yeah, maybe it can't put out that much money at one time.
Yeah. Lantern, give us $10. Well, just give me $1 then. 50 cents. A nickel.
Granny, it's stingy.
Doggies, Lum, this thing ain't no good, I don't
Well,
think.
now, wait. Maybe we ain't doing it right.
Huh?
More than likely some magic secret about it.
Secret.
I know it must work, because you heard what Cedric said about polishing the lantern every morning and then getting a big roll of money.
Yeah, I heard him say that all right, but it sure ain't working for us, Lum.
Well, he must know some secret. Maybe he says some secret words to the lantern or something.
Secret words.
I wonder if he realizes how lucky he is. He can get himself anything he wants.
Hey, Doggies, Lum, wait a minute. Maybe that secret password that Diogenes give you has something to do with it. You know that light the lantern, friend?
Hey, Granny, that's right.
Maybe that's it.
Give me the
That might
lantern.
be- Yeah, here.
Oh, wonder lantern, listen to me. Light the lantern, friend. Now give me $100.
Well, that ain't it.
Wonderful world, lantern. Give me $50. Wonderful world.
That ain't it neither, Lum.
Oh, my good and faithful harbinger of a lantern, give me $50.
I don't believe it'll work, Lum.
Abacadabra. Hocus pocus gingerocus.
Try eeny, meeny, miny, mo.
Oh, don't be silly, Abner. Them ain't magic words.
Ain't, huh?
Ain't no use. We can't make it work. All we can hope to do now is to study up some way to get Cedric to tell us the magic secret.
Well, I don't know how we're going to do that.
I don't either, but we got to do it somehow. Might have to go into partnerships with him or something.
Why,
Do you realize that Cedric can get to be the richest man in the whole world? He can buy anything he wants.
Sure.
Buy railroads, gold mines, oil wells. He could even buy New York City if he wanted it.
For the land's sake.
Folks will write books about him. They'll make moving pictures about him. He'll be the greatest feller that ever lived. Now, you watch what I tell you.
Oh, my.
I'd give anything to know that secret.
Well, Lum, why don't we just take this lantern apart and look inside of it?
No, we can't do that, Abner. That'd be like killing the goose that laid the golden egg.
Well, if we're... Huh?
I say that'd be like killing the goose that laid the golden egg.
Well, it ain't got no goose inside of it, has it?
No, forget
Huh?
about that. This is something much bigger than that.
Well, how could a goose lay an egg down in a lantern that way, Lum?
Just quit talking about that. This is supernatural stuff, this stuff here.
It is, huh?
And it's sort of dangerous to monkey around with unless you know what you're doing. No telling what might happen to it.
Oh, I ain't afeard of it. I dog it. I'm going to take this thing apart and... Oh, wait a minute. Better not. There comes Cedric back. There comes Cedric.
Granny, set the lantern back on the counter.
Yeah.
Don't let him know what we've been trying to do.
No, I won't. You going to ask him about the secret words?
Of course not. We can't come right out and ask him. We got to wait and study up a plan for that first.
Find out. Here he comes.
A wonderful world, Cedric.
Wonderful world.
Oh, gone it anyway.
What's the matter, Cedric?
Oh, my pinball machine weren't down there. Ain't came in yet.
Oh. Well, don't worry. It'll get here in time, Cedric.
Cedric, I want to ask you something personal. Mom, are there anything secret about this lantern? Secret? Yeah, are there any secret works down inside of it or anything? No, Mom, not that I know of. Just unscrew this little cap here and put the oil right down the bottom of it like you do on any other... Oh, my goodness. Now I've did it.
Huh?
Now I've did it sure enough.
What's the matter, Cedric?
Oh, I'm ruined.
Huh?
I loaned the Macmillan boys a lantern to take on a camping trip with them, and I just discovered I loaned them the wrong one.
Wrong one?
Yes, Mom, they got the one Diogenes give me to carry. Granny's, Abner, I believe that's our ring.
I dog his Lum, I believe you're right.
I'll see. Hello, jot 'em down, store. This is Lum and Abner.
And now, let's see what's going on down in Pine Ridge. Well, Lum is still convinced that the lantern which Diogenes Smith left in Cedric's care has the magic powers of an Aladdin's lamp. However, Cedric loaned the Macmillan boys a lantern for their fishing trip, and by mistake he gave them the one belonging to Diogenes. As we look in on the little community today, we find Abner alone in the Jot-'em Down storeroom library. He's on the telephone. Listen.
Yes, Mom. 2 cans of tomatoes. A can of hominy. All right. A pound of sugar. Wait a minute. You got to take 2 pounds of sugar, Miss Barton. I can't help it. It don't matter whether you can afford it or not. You got to take 2 pounds. The government sent us a letter saying 2 pounds of sugar to a customer, and I dog it, that's what it's going to be. Well, we'll give you the other pound on the credit, Tim, but you got to take it.
Oh, excuse me. I never knowed you'd on the phone.
Yes, Mom. Mouse will deliver it this afternoon. All right, Miss Barton. Wonderful world.
Wonderful. Sorry I'm getting down so late, Abner, but I had to set up all night doing air raid warden's duty last night, so I slept in this morning.
Oh, well, don't make no difference, Lum. Weren't much business no way.
Have you heard anything from Cedric yet?
No, not a word.
Did you call up over to the place to see if he's back?
No, but Caleb, his pa, was in the store a while ago and said he ain't seen nothing of him since he left yesterday to find the Macmillan boys.
I hope he finds them and gets that lantern back before them Macmillan boys discovers they're carrying around a magic lamp. I'd hate for him to find that out.
Well, Lum, I don't think you can get money out of that lantern just by rubbing it. We rubbed that other one all day and nothing happened.
Well, of course not. We had the wrong lantern. The magic one was the one that Diogenes left for Cedric to carry around.
Huh?
And then Cedric had to go and loan it to the Macmillan boys by mistake.
Well, I still don't believe it's magic, though.
Oh, don't be silly, Abner. Cedric just the same as admitted that's where he's been getting all his money. He said he polished the lantern every morning and got himself a big roll of money.
Yeah, but maybe he got the money someplace else.
Well, he couldn't have. He ain't smart enough to earn that much money.
No.
And then take Diogenes. Did you ever notice how he never come right out and said how he got rich? Always got off on some other subject whenever you ask about it.
Yeah, well, I never could follow what he's talking about. No way, them big words.
And then take this work he was doing, printing up pamphlets on right living and then giving them away. He couldn't make no money that way.
No.
And yet he's able to offer a $10,000 prize to the most honest man in our town.
Yeah, that's right.
No, Sir Abner, there just ain't no 2 ways about it. That lantern is magic, just like Aladdin's lamp. And we can't let it slip through our fingers, neither.
Through our fingers? Well, we don't own it. Diogenes does. And he ought to be getting back pretty soon, Lum. He's been gone a week.
And that's right, ain't it?
Why, of course, he left town in such a rush. He never said exactly where he's going. Said he's going to get some more paper and stuff for his printing press. That oughtn't to take very long.
Well, that just means we got to work fast and get all we can out of that lamp before he gets back. Better call over to the place and see if Cedric's got back yet.
Well, no use doing that, Lum. Cedric said he'd come right direct to the store.
He did, huh?
Sure.
Maybe I ought to go out and look for him.
I say, that reminds me, too. There was a feller in here this morning looking for Cedric.
There was? Who was it?
I don't know. Some stranger. I never seen him before. Awful friendly sort of feller, though. Adams, I believe he said his name was.
Well, what was he wanting with Cedric?
I don't know. He just appeared to be interested in him. Asked what he done for a living and what kind of a feller he was, and if he had much money.
Money? Uh-oh.
What's the matter?
I was afeard of that. Dad blame it.
Feared of what?
Well, don't you see? Words got around about Cedric and his magic lamp. And that Adams feller's heard about it somehow, and he's down here to get it away from Cedric.
You reckon that's it, sure enough?
Well, sure. There's more proof right there that lantern is magic. Granny, now we got to work faster than ever. If that Adams feller comes back to the store, tell him that Cedric's moved to some other town, to Africa, or
Africa?
Well, any place.
Well, Cedric never went to Africa, Lum. He just went out to hunt for the Macmillan boys.
I know that.
I know they never went to Africa. They just went down on the river to fish for a day or two.
Abner, I know where they went. Wait a minute. I found you them Macmillan boys already knowed about the magic lamp.
Knowed about it?
Yes, sir. If that Adams feller's heard about it already, no reason why the Macmillan boys hadn't heard about it, too.
No.
And that's why they borrowed the lantern. They more'n likely knowed all the time Cedric was giving them Diogenes' lantern instead of his own. Tricked him out of it some way.
Well, I dog as if they knowed the secret of that lantern, I bound you they're catching an awful lot of fish.
Well, I don't even think they went fishing.
Well, I don't blame them with that thing. I wouldn't either. I'd just sit at home or lay there in a hammock, rub that lantern, and get all the fish I wanted. Get them already fried, too.
I don't mean that, Abner. I mean they weren't after fish at all.
Huh?
They more'n likely just headed right out for some big city to spend money and buy up some big businesses and stuff. Granny's. Cedric won't never find them now.
Well, ain't they never coming back to Pine Ridge?
I doubt it. Not unless they come back in a great big black car. I know whose idea that was, too. It was that oldest boy, Ernest. I never did trust him.
You don't trust Ernie?
Of course not. That sneaky snake in the weeds. I wouldn't put nothing past that varmint.
Why, Lum, just last week you was saying what a good boy you thought Ernest was.
I did, huh?
Yes, sir.
Well, I was just being polite. Wish now I'd have said what I actually thought.
Well,
I've got a good mind to go right over there and tell his papa what a underhanded young'un he's brung up. I'll tell him how deceitful Ernest is, and greedy and selfish.
selfish?
Why, of course he is. You think he'll give any of that money away? No, sir. Not Ernest.
He won't, huh?
Keep every last cent of that for himself. More than likely won't even give his own brother none of it, or his wife.
Well, I never would have expected he was like that.
Oh, he's so greedy he'll rub that lantern so often he'll use it all up. Grannies, I'd just like to get my hands on it once before that happens. That's all I need is just one try at it. I'd ask it for $100 million.
Well, I don't think you'll get that one try, though, Lum.
No, I know I won't now. Grannies, if that Ernest had 1 ounce of decency in himself, he'd let somebody else get in on that, too. What he ought to do is just set that out in the middle of the street on a platform and let everybody in town use it.
Why, sure, that'd be a good idea.
Of course it's a good idea. We could all go by there and rub it a little and get a lot of money. But
yeah.
Just try telling that to Ernest.
Well,
Stingy outfit.
Might get his brother to steal it away from him.
Wonderful world.
Oh, Cedric, how many times have I told you not to sneak up that way?
Well, look what I got. The lantern.
Doggies, look, Lum, the lantern.
Grannies, don't worry. I can see it. Good for you, Cedric.
Yeah.
Good for you.
Did you have to trail them clean to the city to get it away from them?
Mom?
Did you have to go to the city to get it from the Macmillan boys?
No, they went fishing, I told you. They brung it back just now.
Brung it back? Well, that's funny. Mean and ornery and selfish as that Ernest is.
Mom? Abner, hush up. Don't talk that way about Ernest. He's a good boy. Cedric, we
Good
want to have a little
boy.
talk with
Why, you just now said that Ernest was a sneaky snake in the
Abner,
weeds.
I didn't mean exactly that way. Besides, we ain't got time to discuss that now. We got some important business to do with Cedric here. With me? Yeah, now listen, Cedric. Ain't no use beating around the bush. The both of us know that lantern there is, well, sort of valuable. Mom, one like this would cost at least $4 or $5, I think. Yeah, at least. Now, here's what we're willing to do, Cedric. We'll give you a third interest in the Jot 'em Down store for a half interest in that lantern. The lantern? Oh, no, I couldn't do that, Mr. Lum. Not for a third of your store. You couldn't, huh? Well, just a minute then. Abner and me are going to have a meeting of the executives. Wait right there, Cedric. Come on back here, Abner.
Yeah, sure. What's the meeting for, Lum?
Not so loud.
Huh?
As I feared he'd hold out for more than a third of the store.
Oh. So, what are we going to do now?
Well, would you be willing to give a half interest in the store for half interest in the lantern?
Half interest? I don't know, Lum. He'll own more than either you or me then.
Yeah, but we can get enough money out of the lantern in 5 minutes to buy back the whole thing.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
$100 million.
Sure.
For that.
Go ahead, give him half. Give him all of it. I don't care.
No, we just keep him as a partner.
Yeah. I want to stay close to Cedric.
All Cedric. Cedric.
Yes, Mom?
Cedric, we're going to give you a whole half interest in this store for a half interest of that lantern. What do you think about that?
Well, gosh, Mr. Lum, I always wanted to go in business, but you ought to get more than just half of my lantern.
Oh, we're satisfied, Cedric.
Well, how about it if I give you $1,000 besides?
Huh?
$1,000?
Yes, Mom, I got plenty of money.
Well, if that'll make you happy, Cedric, that's all right with us. Is it a deal?
Yes, Mom, it's a deal. Boy.
Well, put her there, Cedric, old partner. Go ahead, Abner. Shake hands with your new partner.
Why, sure, I'll shake with him. How do you do, Cedric, old feller? How's it feel to be a big businessman?
Oh, boy, it sure feels good. Well, I better go and get that $1,000 I owe you.
Go and get it. You don't have to go no place. The lantern's right here. Go ahead. Let's see you rub it once, Cedric.
Yeah.
Rub it?
Why, sure. Ain't that where you get your money from?
No, Mom. That lantern ain't got nothing to do with my money. I get that from someplace else. I can't tell where, though. It's a secret.
Granny's, Abner. I believe that's our ring.
Aye, Doggy's Lum, I believe you're right.
I'll see. Hello, jot 'em down, store. This is Lum and Abner.
And now, let's see what's going on down in Pine Ridge. Well, now that the lantern that Diogenes left in Cedric's care has turned out to be worthless, possessing none of the powers of an Aladdin's lamp, 3 problems are confronting Lum and Abner. 1, where is Cedric getting all his money? 2, why does the stranger, Mr. Adams, want to see Cedric? And 3, should the old fellows keep their bargain with Cedric? That is, the bargain in which they traded a half interest in their store for a half interest in the so-called magic lantern. As we look in on the little community today, we find Lum and Abner in their jot-em-down store and library discussing these problems. Listen.
Another curious thing about Cedric is that this feller Adams keeps that... For goodness sakes. Abner, wake up. Abner, wake up.
Is our plane going over?
Of course not. There ain't no airplanes no place.
Oh, Doggies. I could have swore I heard the motor of an airplane.
It was just you snoring.
Huh?
Now stop going to sleep right while I'm talking to you. It ain't polite.
Well, I can't help it, Lum. I don't believe I can sit up all night long during the air raid warden's duty and then stay awake in the daytime, too.
Well, you just have to do it one night a week's all. And it's for a good cause, too. I don't believe you've heard a single word I've said to you this morning.
Yes, I have. You saying something about Cedric. But, Lum, I don't think we ought to stay in partnerships with Cedric. All he give us for a half interest in the store was a half interest in that lantern. We know now that it ain't no magic Aladdin's lamp.
Yeah, I know, but we...
Cedric himself said that weren't where he's getting all his money.
Well, that's the point right there, Abner. We might as well stay in partnerships with him till we find out where he is getting it.
Huh?
He's got some secret way of getting money, and we got to learn where it's at.
Well, I don't think we'll ever be able to make Cedric tell us nothing.
Well, we'll find out some way then. That's why I want him around the store where we can keep an eye on him.
Well, why ain't he down here then? Doggies, if he was here, I could go on home and get some sleep.
No, forget about that, Abner. You can go to bed early tonight. Besides, we can't force Cedric to get here early in the morning because he owns a half interest in the store. Me and you just owns a fourth each.
Yeah.
He told me himself that he wants to work short hours now.
Short hours?
He wants to quit at 3 in the afternoon like Bankers does.
Well, we ain't going to let him get away with that, are we?
Of course we are. We don't want to make Cedric mad no way. That boy's a gold mine. I don't know exactly how or why, but he's a gold mine.
Yeah.
Maybe that feller Adams has got something to do with it.
Adams?
Yeah, you know that stranger that's been in town for a couple of days. The one that keeps asking about Cedric.
Oh, yeah, him, yeah, I recollect him. Awful friendly feller.
Yeah, he's friendly enough, all right, but he's sort of peculiar, too.
Peculiar?
Yeah, he don't appear to have no particular business in Pine Ridge. Just sort of hangs around.
Yeah.
I figured at first that he was after that lantern dodge and he's left for Cedric. But now that we know the lantern ain't magic, that can't be it.
Well, reckon what he's doing here, then?
Well, here's what I think. I believe he's some kind of a secret deputy that Diogenes has sent here to keep an eye on things for him till he gets back.
Well, I thought Diogenes put you in charge of everything while he's gone.
Yeah, that's what he said, but I've been studying about that. I can see now that he never left nothing for me to actually be in charge of.
He never, huh?
Why, of course not. He wouldn't let me go back in the feed room and print up no pamphlets on his printing press, so I can't hand out none of them.
No.
And he never appointed me no deputy, so I can't make no reports on who's been kind and honest.
No.
So I can't do nothing about his $10,000 honesty contest.
Well, that's an awful easy job Diogenes give you. I can say that first.
It's all of a curious job, that's what I say about it. And I know this feller Adams has got something to do with it. And he's got something to do with Cedric, too, because that's who he's always wanting to see.
Yeah.
Fact is, he was in early this morning looking for Cedric.
He was?
Yeah. I told him Cedric would be down pretty soon, so he ought to be coming back here pretty quick. Wouldn't tell me exactly what he wanted with Cedric, just said he wanted to have a little talk with him. Private talk, he said.
Doggies, I'd like to hear what they're going to talk about.
So would I.
I wished I was a little fly or something and I could sit here and listen to every word they'd say.
Yeah, and then we'd know... Wait a minute. I believe you give me a idea there, Abner.
Huh?
Yes, sir. That's just what we'll do, Abner. We'll have you listen to him.
Yeah, Lum, I ain't no fly. I know you can't change me into one.
Of course not.
Well, I didn't think so, but I thought maybe you'd figured out something magic about that lantern after all. There's so much peculiar stuff going on around here, a fella can expect might nigh anything to happen.
Well, here's all we got to do. You hide behind the counter over there, and I'll tell him that you're out making the delivers for Mousy or something.
Delivers?
And then I'll leave, and you can eavesdrop on their conversation.
Yeah. Doggy, that's a good idea. Good for me for thinking it up.
Yeah, you better have a pencil and a grocery pad, too, so you can write down some of the important stuff they say. If you don't, you'll forget it. Or get it mixed up somehow.
I won't forget none of it.
Wish you could write it all down in shorthand.
Well, I'll get shorthand.
Yeah, that'd be the best way.
Man, I don't know, Lum. I believe both my hands are the same size.
Hands are the same size?
Yeah, just a minute, I'll measure them here.
Oh, I don't mean the size of your hands.
Both of them are just the same. Or wait a minute. Hey, Doggies, you're right, Lum. My left hand is a little bit shorter. Well, how did you know that?
I didn't.
Of course, I can't
was...
write very good with my left hand, no Lum.
I never said anything about left hand. I said shorthand.
Well, my left one is my short one. I'll try to write that away, but I don't much
Abner,
believe
use your right hand and forget I ever even mentioned... Wait a minute. There comes Cedric.
Huh?
And there comes Mr. Adams, too, right behind him.
He sure keeps a close eye on that Cedric, don't he?
Yeah, well, come on. Hurry up and get behind the counter.
Yeah, I'll get behind here right now, yeah.
And be awful quiet now.
Yeah, I will.
Maybe you better lay down and throw a couple of them sugar sacks over you so they'll be sure not to see you.
That's a good idea. How's this?
That's all right. Mind out, though. Don't be talking. Be quiet. Well, wonderful world, Cedric.
Wonderful world. My good and faithful partnership.
How do you do, Mr. Adams? Wonderful world.
I beg your pardon?
I said wonderful world.
Oh, yes. It is a wonderful world, Mr. Edwards.
We all say that around here whenever we meet somebody.
Well...
I reckon you two fellers has met one another.
Well, not formally, but I introduced myself just now as we were coming in the store.
I'm Mr. Cedric Weehunt.
Yeah, we know that, Cedric. I'm sorry Abner ain't here, but he had to help Mousy with the delivers today. Fact is, I've got to go out and run some errands myself. So I wonder if you'll watch the store for me, Cedric.
Yes, Mom, I'll watch everything.
Good. Me and Abner both will be gone quite a spell, so you fellas can talk just as loud as you want to and say anything private you got to say.
Well, thank you, Mr. Edwards.
Not at all, not at all. I'll see you later on. So long.
So long, Mr. Edwards.
Bye, Mr. Lum.
Well, so you're Cedric Weehunt.
Yes, Mom, that's me.
Do you work here at the store?
Yes, Mom. See, we're all in partnerships in this thing here. Mr. Lum and Mr. Abner and Mr. Cedric. That last one's me.
Mm-hmm. All in together. Very interesting. Who's the head man here, the boss?
Well, I reckon Mr. Lum is.
You mean Mr. Edwards?
Yes, Mom, Mr. Lum and Mr. Edwards is both the same feller. That was him that just went on him to go.
Yes.
He's generally the one that tells Mr. Abner and me what we ought to do and all.
Mm-hmm. Tell me, Mr. Weehunt, has Mr. Edwards made any trips lately, like Well, let's say to Hot Springs.
Hot Springs? Oh, yes, Mom. Not long ago he went over there, taking a big package of pamphlets and delivered them to some feller over there.
Oh, pamphlets. Is that what was in the package?
Yes, Mom. They got stuff wrote in them about right living and stuff like that. Like, if a boy's good, he's a good boy or something.
Well, that's quite a profound message.
Yes, Mom, ain't it?
Has Mr. Edwards made any other trips like this?
Oh, yes, and lots of them. He's went to Fort Smith and Little Rock and to the county seat and I don't know where all.
Mm-hmm. Mr. Weehunt, have you ordered anything from a mail-order house recently?
Oh, yes, Mom, a whole bunch of stuff. Why didn't you say so? Bicycle and saxophone, pinball machine. Have they came yet? Whereabouts are they?
I don't know, Mr. Weehunt.
Well, are you from the mail-order house?
No. But tell me, Mr. Weehunt, where have you been getting all the money for these things you've been ordering?
Oh, I ain't supposed to tell, I don't think.
You're not? Who doesn't want you to tell?
Oh, it's a secret. I ain't going to tell you nothing. I can get all the money I want, though, I know that.
Yes, I imagine you can. Well, we won't discuss that any further today, Mr. Weehunt, but maybe we can have a little talk later on. Well, goodbye, Mr. Weehunt.
Bye, Mr. Adams. Wonderful world. Boy, I sure am getting to be an important fella since I got rich. How do you do, Mr. Weehunt? How are you, Mr. Weehunt? What can we do for you, Mr. Weehunt? Boy, that sounds good. Boy.
Well, did you and Mr. Adams have a nice talk, Cedric?
Oh, are you back already, Mr. Lum?
Yeah, my errands never take me as long as I figured they would. You can run on home or someplace if you want to, Cedric. You work long enough for today, big business executive like you.
Oh, yes, Mom. Well, I reckon I had better knock off for the day. I want to go down and see if my pinball machines came anyway. I'll be back for work tomorrow, though. So long, Mr. Lum.
So long, Cedric.
Wonderful world.
Yeah, wonderful world, Cedric.
They're gone, Abner.
Hurry up, come on out and tell me what all they said. Abner, come on out. Did you get all they wrote down? Abner, can't you hear me? Granny's already know this and that. Abner, wake up. For goodness sakes, wake up.
Oh, what's the matter? Is our plane going over?
For goodness sake.
Granny's, Abner, I believe that's our ring.
I dog his Lum, I believe you're right.
I'll see. Hello, Jot 'em Down store. This is Lum and Abner.
And now, let's see what's going on down in Pine Ridge. Well, mysterious things are happening these days. Diogenes Smith has failed to return to Pine Ridge when he said he would. The stranger, Mr. Adams, is still in town asking Cedric a lot of questions, and Lum and Abner are still trying to solve the mystery of Cedric's sudden wealth. As we look in on the little community today, we find Abner in the Jot 'em Down store and library attempting to get some information from Cedric. Listen.
Oh, come on now, please, Cedric. Now tell me, where are you getting all this money?
Well, I ain't going to tell, Mr. Abner. I've got magic power, I think.
Yeah, well, how do you work a magic power?
Oh.
Now, don't just stand there and giggle, Cedric. Now, tell me.
I ain't going to do it.
Doggies, you're the exasperatingest one boy I ever knowed in my life. You ought to respect your elders, Cedric, and tell them what they ask you.
I ain't telling nothing.
Listen, Cedric, if you let me in on your secret, I'll give you anything you want.
I've already got everything I want ordered from the mail order house.
Oh.
If there's anything else I want, I've got enough money to buy it, too.
Yeah, that's right, ain't it? Cedric, do you recollect when you was a young'un and you had a broke arm and I come over and set up with you?
Oh, that was Mr. Lum that done that.
Oh. Well, it was my idea, though, I think. I was what told him to do it. I might not sure I was. And I sent you over a whole big sack of gumdrops, too, I think.
Oh, I know what you're trying to do. You're just trying to get me to tell my magic secret, but I ain't going to do it.
Doggy. Cedric, ain't there nothing in this world you want that you can't buy with money?
No, Mom, there ain't. Not a thing. Well, except two things.
Two things.
Yes, Mom. I want to be called Mr. Weehunt, and I want to beat that pinball machine down at Mr. Luke's place just once.
Beat the pinball machine?
Just one time, that's all. Just one
Hey,
time.
Doggy, Cedric, I believe I can arrange that for you.
Can you, sure enough, can you? Huh?
Why, sure.
enough?
I'll just call up Luke and, I can't tell you how it did, Cedric. It's sort of magic stuff, too, I think. But
Yes.
I can do it for you, Cedric, Mr. Weehunt.
Well, come on. I'll show you my magic secret.
Yeah, well, wait, Mr. Weehunt. Can't you show me here? I can't leave the store.
No, Mom, I can't show you here. We got to go to...
Wait a minute. There comes Lum up out there.
Oh, Mr. Lum. Well, I reckon I can't show you now, then. I don't want to let everybody in town find out my secret.
Why, of course not. I don't want him to find it out neither. I want to be the one to first discover it.
Well, maybe I'll show you tomorrow, or the next day, or sometime.
No, sir, now you can do it today. Well, here, now that Lum's back, why, I can study up some reason to leave, Cedric. That's what I'll do. I'll figure out, mind out. Here he comes quiet.
Well, when we going down and play the pinball machine?
Well, I'll tell you in a minute. Just don't say nothing.
Wonderful world, Mr. Lum.
Wonderful world, Lum.
Wonderful world. Say, Cedric, has that feller Adams been in to see you again today?
No, Mom, he ain't.
What did he want to see you about yesterday?
Oh, I don't know. I forget now. Nothing of importance, I don't think, though.
Say, Lum, will you watch the store for a little while? Me and Mr. Weehunt here's got to, we got to go someplace.
You and Mr. Weehunt?
Yeah.
What business you got with Cedric's Paul?
Well, it ain't my papa, it's me. That's what I'm being called now, Mr. Weehunt.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. Since you're a partner in the store, huh? Big business executive.
Yes, Mom, since I'm rich, too.
Well, where is it you two's got to go that's so important?
Oh, we just got to, got to go to lunch.
Lunch?
Yeah, that's it. Lunch, gotta go.
Well, it ain't time for that yet. Just a little after 10:30.
Yeah, I know, but I'm awful hungry today, Lum. Awful hungry. See, I forgot to eat breakfast this morning. Forgot to eat supper last night, too, I think.
Hey, this is the first time I ever heard of you forgetting a meal.
Well, I'm getting awful absent-minded here, lately. Let's see now. What's your name?
What's my name?
Yeah.
Lum Edders.
Oh, yeah, forgot who you are.
For goodness sake, you are getting bad.
Oh, the worst I ever seen in my life. Warren Elizabeth half to death. Oh, I'm just awful. Can't recollect nothing.
Well, you can go to lunch, but hurry back, and don't expect to go out and eat again at noon.
Oh, no, I won't. Come on, Mr. Weehunt, let's go.
Yes, Mom. Wonderful world, Mr. Lum.
Yeah, wonderful world, Cedric. Mr. Weehunt.
Yeah, wonderful world, Come on, Mr. Weehunt. Hurry up now. Where do we go now?
Just follow with me, Mr. Abner. Right out here.
Oh. Cedric, did you notice how smart I was to figure out a way to get out of the store without Lum getting suspicious?
Yes, Mom. It sure was fooled, wasn't it?
Oh, yeah. Good for me for being so smart. Hey, wait a minute. What are we going around back of the store for?
Because that's where my secret's at around here.
Oh. So you ain't got all that money buried back here, have you?
No, Mom. No, I ain't got it buried no place.
Well, where are you getting it then, Cedric?
Oh, you'll see. Let me see now. Where's them keys?
Keys?
Yeah.
What keys?
Here they are.
What's them?
You've seen these keys before, Mr. Abner.
Them ain't my keys, are they?
No, Mom, they're the ones Diogenes left in my car the day I taken him into the county seat to catch the train.
Oh, yeah, I recollect them now. Well, you oughtn't to be carrying them around with you, Cedric. You ought to keep them someplace for Diogenes. You're liable to lose them carrying them around your pocket this way.
Well, I have to carry them around so I can unlock the back door to the feed room.
Feed room?
Yes, Mom.
Doggy, Cedric, you ain't supposed to go in there. That was the last thing that Diogenes told me and Lum before he left town. He says, don't go into that workshop of mine back there. That's what he said.
Well, he never told me that. He told me I was supposed to carry on his work for him and spread the word of kind and honesty into all the corners that's dark or something like that.
Well, yeah, I know he told you that, Cedric, but he never meant for you to go into that feed room.
Oh, yes, Mom, I think he did. I believe that's why he left the keys in my car so I could go in and print up some pamphlets and spread the word around.
Is that where you're getting your money? From them pamphlets?
Well, sorter.
Well, I do know. I thought everything but that. Well, I never figured you could sell them things for that much money. I know I wouldn't pay much for 'em. Well, whilst there's some awful good teaching in 'em about right living and all such as that, but I don't see who you could sell enough pamphlets to make all the money you've been carrying around, Cedric.
Here's the door. You want to go in or don't you?
Well, yeah, sure, of course I want to. I just hope Diogenes don't come back to town and catch us, that's all I hope.
Oh, I don't think he will, hardly. Besides, he wouldn't care if I was in here no way, I don't think.
Well, I hope not. Doggy, this is kind of scary, though. It's just like breaking in someplace. Well, go ahead, unlock the door, Cedric.
Yes, Mom, I'm already doing it.
I sort of wish Lum was here. Reckon I ought to go get him.
Here, come on, let's go in.
Huh?
Come on, Mr. Abner.
Well, here, you go first, Cedric.
All right, I ain't scared. Ain't nothing to be scared of in here.
Doggies, sort of dark in here, ain't it?
Well, wait a minute, let me close the door here.
Oh, yeah, close the door before somebody sees us in here, Cedric.
Now then.
Huh. Reckon why Diogenes has got the windows all boarded up this way.
He never wanted nobody to watch him, I reckon.
Yeah.
Wait a minute, and I'll turn on the light.
Yeah.
There it is. Now.
Well, it's sort of cozy in here, you know.
Oh, it's all fixed up.
Oh, me and Lum fixed this old feed room up comfort for Diogenes, you know.
It's like a setting room in here.
Well, we brung down all the furniture from Lum's place and mine too, might now. I'm sure I'd almost forgot what it looked like in here. Ain't been back here for so long.
No,
I'd just keep it this way. Be a good place to come back here and rest in the afternoon. Yeah, sleep. Well, come on, Cedric. Now hurry up and show me your magic power now.
Well, now, wait a minute. Before we go any further, you won't tell nobody else about this, will you, Mr. Abner?
Cedric, if I've told you once, I've told you 100,000 times. I ain't gonna breathe it to a soul. I'll keep a secret. Honest I will, Cedric.
Cross your heart.
Cross my heart. I'll even double cross it. Now, come on. Now, show me. I'm just dying to see it.
All right. Now, you see, here's the printing press where Diogenes prints up all them pamphlets, ain't it? Right?
Yeah, it must be. I ain't never saw him do it, but I saw the pamphlets 1,000 or 100 times.
Well, now, you watch what happens whenever I print some pamphlets. Now, look, wait a minute. Let me get some paper in here.
Now, I'm looking.
Now,
go ahead. Show me. That works easy, don't it?
oh, yes.
Wonder if I could run one of them things.
There. Now, look what come out, Mr. Abner.
Well, I do know. Cedric, them's $10 bills.
Yes, Mom. I don't know what I do. I got magic power somewhere or other. When Mr. Diogenes does it, he just gets pamphlets. But when I do it, they come out $10 bills every time.
For the land's sake. Let's see you do that again now, Cedric.
Yes, Mom. Wait a minute. Let me get some paper in there. Now, you watch me awful close this time. Maybe you can see what it is that I'm doing that's magic. I can't even tell myself.
I'll watch you. Go ahead. I can't see nothing that looks magic.
Well, there you are. Another sheet of $10 bills. All you got to do is take a pair of scissors and cut them out of there.
Well, I'll swan to good. I never would have believed it if I hadn't seen it with my own eyes.
I wish I'd have known I could have done this earlier in life. I've just wasted a lot of years, looks like.
All right, Doggy, Cedric, let me try that thing once.
All right, but I don't believe it'll work for you, Mr. Abner. I know it don't for Mr. Diogenes. You have to be magic like me.
Yeah, well, I'd love to try it anyway. Maybe we can figure out what you do that's different from other folks. Now, let's see. How'd I do it now, Cedric?
Just wait a minute. Let me put some paper in there first.
Yeah.
Now, just pull that handle down there, that's all. But I know you'll just get pamphlets.
Yeah, well, here it goes anyway. That part's easy enough. Now, let's see. Oh, my goodness.
Mom?
Look, Cedric, look. $10 bills.
Well, I'll be...
My doggies, I'm magic, too. We're rich, Cedric. We're rich.
Granny's, Abner. I believe that's our ring.
Aye, doggies, Lum, I believe you're right.
I'll see. Hello, jot 'em down, store. This is Lum and Abner.
And now, let's see what's going on down in Pine Ridge. Well, Abner has learned the secret of Cedric's sudden wealth. With the aid of the keys Diogenes Smith dropped in Cedric's car, Cedric took Abner back to the feed room and showed him how the printing press turned out not pamphlets, but crisp new $10 bills. He's sure that it is some magic power that enables him to do this. And after Abner tried the printing press with the same results, he was sure that he, too, possessed this magic power. As we look in on the little community today, we find these two big financiers in the Jot 'em Down store poring over the mail order catalog. Listen.
Let's see, tennis racket. Have we got a tennis racket wrote down on the order blank, Cedric? Or Mr. Weehawk?
Yes, Mom, we still done got that, Mr. Peabody.
Oh.
Got a half dozen sorted sizes, don't you recollect?
Yeah, good.
Right after my football pants there.
Oh, yeah, here it is. Let's see. Hey, doggies. Here's a picture in the catalog, some shoes I'd love to get for my woman, Elizabeth. White ones that's laced up nice and high. She could wear 'em for Sunday, be awful pretty.
Which ones do you mean there?
Yeah, these right here, right there. Only trouble with them, they got a pair of roller skates fastened on the bottom, but I reckon she could take a hammer and knock them things off of there.
Hey, them looks good, don't
Oh, yeah, awful pretty.
Believe I'll get you to order me of them, too.
You?
Yes, Mom. Well, I'm going to leave the roller skates on mine. Boy.
Leave 'em on?
Yes, Mom. Be awful handy, I believe. Just get up in the morning and put on your shoes, and you'd have your roller skates on all ready to go. Just skate right out to the dining room and eat your breakfast.
Yeah.
Boy.
Yeah, well, Cedric, I don't know what you'd want with roller skates, old. You done got a automobile, and you ordered 2 bicycles so far, and a motorcycle, and a scooter. What do you need with roller skates?
Well, I just like to travel, Mr. Abner. I'm sort of a gypsy, I believe.
Gypsy?
Yes, Mom. I believe that's what I am. See if there's any gypsy costumes in the catalog.
Well, I don't reckon there is, but I'll look and see. I see a trick. I better look down in the index here. Might be easier to find it that way.
Might be under gypsy suits.
Yeah, let me see.
Might get a zoot suit, too, while I'm at it.
Gypsy. How do you spell that?
See. Ain't for sure. All I know for sure is that it starts with a J.
Well, natural. I know that myself. Let's see. J. Jackets, jerseys, jewelry, jigsaws.
Let's have a jigsaw, too.
Jumper patterns. No gypsy, Cedric.
Oh, doggone it anyway.
Well, I'm glad they ain't. You couldn't go running around no gypsy outfit no way, Cedric. Besides, I'm getting tired of writing down stuff on these order blanks. I believe we ordered enough for today. Let's quit.
Oh, how much we got ordered there so far?
Well, let's see. 2 pair of shoes there. Them things is $7.95 a pair. Put them
Here,
down.
how much there?
Let's see now. 7 and 4 is 14.
Wish there's more than that.
Carry 1. 1 and 9 is 10. And 4 and
I'd like
3.
to have a gypsy suit, though. I had an uncle once. He was a gypsy. Leastways, I've heard Mama say he was one.
And carry
Traveled
2.
all over everywhere. Never done a day's work in his whole life, Mama said.
6 and
That's what I like about gypsies.
7.
They don't have to work.
Let's see. Comes to exactly $723.95, Cedric.
Oh, shucks. I thought sure we'd get up to $1,000 today.
Yeah, well, we never made it, and I'm tired of writing. We'll just have to get a mail order catalog with more expensive stuff in it, that's all.
Pioneers and stuff like that.
Yeah. I reckon till then we'll just be satisfied toward this little old cheap stuff.
Yeah, reckon so.
Soon as Lum gets back, why, we'll go over and mail this order in. But don't let him know what we're doing, though.
Oh, no, Mom, I won't.
He's starting getting curious right away, want to know what our secret magic power is.
He does that.
And, he's getting awful curious.
I do know.
I dropped a couple of $10 bills out of my pocket yesterday, and Lum want to know where I got them and how I got them and all such as that.
You never told me, did you?
Oh, of course not. I never breathed a word of it. I wish we had magic power to turn out nickels and dimes on that printing press, too, though, instead of just $10 bills.
Oh, I'd rather have the big money. I just wish these $100 bills instead of $10 bills. Wouldn't have to do so much printing.
Well, it's nice, all right, but I ain't got a single nickel. And sometimes you need hard money that way. Now, like this morning, for instance, there was a fella on the street selling balloons, and I wanted to get one for little Pearl, but fella never had no change for a $10 bill, so I just couldn't get it.
Why didn't you just give him a $10 bill and tell him to keep the change? That's what I always do.
Could I reckon now that you brung it up. I just ain't used to throwing money away like that.
Oh, it don't make no difference. We can get all we want.
Oh, yeah.
Unless we run out of magic. That's what I'm feared of.
Yeah, wish I'd have thought of it.
All I want's that big money. How much is my share of that stuff we ordered there?
Oh, I don't know. Don't worry about it, though, Cedric. I'll pay for all this. You paid for them things we ordered yesterday.
Well, I want to pay for this, too. I love to spend it.
Well,
Here, I'll give you $1,000. That ought to cover my part.
well, all right, if you insist. Much obliged, Mr. Weehunt. Here's $2,000 for you.
Boy, this is fun.
Yeah.
Mr. Peabody, here's $3,000. Wait a minute, though. I ain't got no more money with me.
Huh?
Reckon we better go print up some more.
Oh, no, we can't do it now, Cedric.
Why not?
Well, we got to stay here and watch the store for one thing, and besides, I don't think we ought to print none in the daytime, 'cause other folks might see us and discover our magic power.
That's right, ain't it?
Oh, got to be careful.
I hate to have magic power and not get to use it when I want to, though.
Well, now, just be patient, Cedric. We can keep on printing it up at night like we done last night. We can make enough money that way.
Yeah, but I don't much like doing that at night and then staying around the store all day, too. Don't get no chance to spend our money that way.
No, doggy, that's right, ain't it? We sure don't.
I'd like to get out and travel. I'm just sort of a gypsy, I reckon. I had an uncle once, and Mama said he was...
Wait a minute, Cedric. I believe you give me an ID. Yes, sir. I believe we're wasting our time around this store.
He was a gypsy, Mama said. Never done no work at all, just traveled around everywhere.
Just wasting our time is what we're doing. Cedric, we're going to quit working. We don't need the money. We're rich.
Mom, we sure are.
We'll just give the whole store to Lum, the library, too. Give him everything.
Oh, don't give him the printing press, though.
Oh, no. Of course, it wouldn't do him no good, no way. All he could print on it would be pamphlets, 'cause he ain't got magic power like us.
Just me and you's got it. I kind of feel sorrowful for him.
Oh, it's a shame. Dogged, I wonder what we ever done to get to be magic. Reckon that feller Aladdin could have been one of our relates.
I don't know about him, but I know I'm related to my uncle, though, one that was a gypsy.
Was he sort of Aladdin?
No, he was a gypsy.
Well, I mean, did he have magic power?
Oh, I don't know. I never heard Mama say, but I know he traveled a lot and never done no work, so he must have got his money some way like that.
I know you, Cedric, that's it. He must have been magic just as sure as were, and that's where you get it from.
You reckon so, sure enough?
Why, sure. That power was handed down in the family. That's exactly. Wait a minute, though. What about me?
Mom?
How did I get it? I ain't in your family. Or leastways, I don't think I am.
Well, if I got it from my uncle, maybe I handed it on to you some way or other.
Oh, you did have it first, didn't you? I wonder. Oh, no, it couldn't be.
Couldn't be what, Mr. Abner?
You couldn't be my uncle. You're too young.
Oh, yes, Mom.
Of course, now, I recollect to Aunt Elizabeth that was younger than a niece of hers. I never know exactly how it come about, but I go. Let me look at you, Cedric.
Look at me. What for?
Uncle Cedric. That sure sounds funny, Uncle Cedric.
I believe I like Mr. Weehunt a lot better, though. Sounds like I'm a lot richer.
Wait a minute. There comes Lum. Hide that money. Put it in your pocket. Don't let him see it, Cedric.
No, Mom, I won't.
Get it in there. Quick. Better let me tell him about us quitting, too. Don't you try to do it.
Don't let him know about our magic power, though.
Oh, I ain't. Don't worry. Mind out. Here he comes.
Yeah. Wonderful world, Mr. Lum.
Wonderful world.
A wonderful world.
Say, Lum, me and Cedric...
Has the mail come in yet today?
Yeah, but there weren't no mail for us. Cedric's over the post office a while ago. Say,
I
Lum...
thought maybe we'd get a hearing from Diogenes today.
Oh.
He said he'd be back in about a week, and here it is 2 weeks already.
Yeah.
You don't reckon nothing's happened to him, do you? An accident or something?
Oh, I don't think so. Say,
I seen
Lum...
that feller Adams down at the barber shop just now, and I asked him if he'd heard anything from Diogenes, and he tried to make out like he didn't know who I was talking about.
Well...
I told him, I said, you know good and well who Diogenes is. The old feller with the lantern looking for an honest man.
Yeah, say,
And he
Lum...
said, oh, him. No, I ain't heard from him lately, but I had a nice long letter from Napoleon the other day.
Well...
He's an awful tricky feller, that Adam.
Yeah, Lum, me and Cedric are
Oh,
quitting.
sure, I could get him to admit he was a deputy for What'd you say? Quitting?
Yes, sir, we're quitting. We're going to give you the whole store and library and everything.
Wait a minute. What is this?
It's a truth, Lum. We figured you worked hard and you deserved to own all of it.
Yes, Mom, you worked hard, Mr. Lum.
Oh,
Now,
yeah.
just a minute. What is all this prattle-prattle? If I take over the whole store, what are you two geniuses going to do?
Oh, we'll get along. We might just retire, I don't know.
We're going to be gypsies,
Yeah,
I
yeah, that's it. We're going to be gypsies.
think. And travel all over everywhere.
Oh, you travel everywhere. New York, Little Rock, Africa. Albuquerque, every
Now,
place.
just a minute. Don't forget you got to have money to do that.
Well, we got money, don't worry.
Now, listen, Abner, I know Cedric's got a lot of money. Where he gets it, I don't know. But I ain't going to let you go around spending it for him. I'll tell you that right now.
Well, I ain't spending his money. I got money of my own. I can get more than Cedric if I want to. Fact is, I'm going to pay most of Cedric's expenses, and we're going on a trip right away.
Whereabouts you going?
Oh, New York, I think. I'll call the county seat right now and get us tickets on the most expensive train there is to New York.
Wait a minute. Not on this phone you ain't going to call.
Huh?
You ain't a partner here no more. Don't forget that. Go down to Luke Spears' restaurant if you want to call.
Well, all right, I will. Come on, Mr. Weehunt. I'll get the most expensive... Oh, wait a minute. That's a pay phone down there at Luke's, ain't it?
Yes, Mom.
Just a minute, Cedric. Lum.
Yeah?
Would you lend me a nickel to make a phone call?
Granny's, Abner. I believe that's our ring.
Aye, Doggy's Lum, I believe you're right.
I'll see. Hello, jot 'em down, store. This is Lum and Abner.
And now, let's see what's going on down in Pine Ridge. Well, Abner and Cedric are still under the impression that they possess a magic power because they're able to turn out $10 bills on Diogenes Smith's printing press. They've kept their secret from Lum so far, but they've given him their share of the store because they figure they're rich now. Lum is worried about this, and he's also worried about the stranger in town, Mr. Adams, and about the failure of Diogenes to return to Pine Ridge. As we look in on the little community today, it is late at night, and Abner and Cedric are stealthily entering the back door to the feed room. Listen.
Easy now. Don't make too much noise at that door, Cedric. We don't want nobody to hear.
Oh, there ain't nobody out this time of the night. Go on in, Mr. Abner.
Doggies, I just keep hoping Diogenes don't come back all of a sudden. I sure would hate to have him catch us in this feed room.
Oh, shucks. I never can find that light switch. Oh, here it is.
Yeah, that's better. I like it a heap better in here with that light on. Doggies don't seem so spooky.
Spooky.
Yeah, it's so dark outside and all. It seems like I just keep hearing somebody sneaking up on us. And, well, I don't know. There's just something about us having this magic power that sort of scares me, Cedric.
Oh, don't scare me none. I like it. There ain't no one thing I'd rather do than be magic and make these $10 bills. Unless it's beat that pinball machine down at Luke Spears's.
Well, I'll say one thing. It's a heap easier than working for a living.
Oh, hey, by the way, when we going to go down there, Luke's, and you're going to show me how to win on that machine once? You said you'd do that for me if I'd show you how to make these $10 bills.
Yeah, I will. Maybe tomorrow. I ain't had time to talk to Luke about it yet. But we can't think about that now. We got to get busy and make some money here so we can get back home and get some sleep.
How much we going to make tonight? About $50,000?
No, I don't believe we got enough paper for that, Cedric. I brung some wrapping paper from the store, though. That ought to help some.
Well, that paper's brown. Does that make any difference?
Oh, I don't think so. As long as they got the official printing stuff stamped on them, I reckon the bills will be good. And besides, I figured maybe our magic power will turn the paper the right color.
That's right.
Yeah, come on here. We better get started. Come on now.
Well, can I be the one to run the printing press first?
No, I better do that, Cedric. You can be the one that cuts them out. Hand me some of that paper there so I can put it in the press.
Yes, Mom. I don't get to use my power much. Here.
Well, after a while, you can, Cedric. I see. I'll run off a few $1,000 here, and then you can take over and run off a few thousand.
Yes, Mom. I hate to wait long, though.
Yeah, well, hurry up now. Get them scissors over there and start cutting.
I'm working on them.
And this time now, don't cut no more of them with the scalloped edges on them either.
Well, I just done that on a few of them. I'm going to give them to Clarabelle for Valentine's Day.
Valentine?
Yes, Mom. Don't reckon we could get that machine to print some poet stuff on them, do you? Something like, "Oh, Clarabelle, you're sweet and fine. Will you be my Valentine?"
Oh, of course we couldn't, Cedric.
Well, is there any way we could get Clarabelle's picture on there instead of George Washington or whoever this feller is here?
Alexander Hamilton's who the feller is. No, this picture has to be on there. He's some government feller, I think. Besides, this ain't Valentine's Day, no way.
I know, but you can't never tell. They might change it. Feller ought to be ready for them things. I know they changed Thanksgiving.
They did?
Yes, Mom. Is it my turn on the printing press now?
No, I ain't even got $1,000 did yet. You better hurry up now with your cutting. I'm getting way ahead of you, Cedric. Fact is, I believe I'm getting to be one of the best printers there is in this whole part of the
Abner
country.
Peabody, what are you doing here?
Huh? Why, Lum.
What in the name of common sense are you two fellers doing in the feed room? And what are you monkeying around that printing press for?
Well, now, Lum,
You know dad blame well Diogenes told us nobody is supposed to come in here. You heard him say he didn't want nobody printing on pamphlets for him while he's gone.
Yeah, but we ain't printing no pamphlets.
You're not?
No, sir.
Well, what are you doing there then?
Why, well, how did you know we was in here?
Never mind that. I was just doing air warden duty, and I thought I heard a noise back here. But don't change the subject. What are you printing there?
Why? Yeah, maybe we better tell him, Cedric.
Yes, Mom. If he promises not to tell nobody about our magic power.
Magic power?
Yeah, that's what it is, Lum. Me and Cedric has got some kind of magic power that allows us to turn out money instead of pamphlets on Diogenes' printing press here.
Yes, Mom. We don't know exactly what we do, but we're rubbing something or doing something magic.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's what we get, a whole sheet of these every time. Just look at them.
Yeah, look at them, Lum.
Well, I'll swan to goodness. $10 bills.
Yeah. Just watch here once, Lum. I'll make some more for you.
I can do that, too.
So that's where them $10 bills has been coming from.
Yeah, right there. Now, look, go ahead, Lum. We got plenty. You can have these.
Wait a minute. Grannies, I can't hardly believe this.
Well, it's the truth. All we do is just pull that handle there.
I don't mean that. I mean it's hard to believe this about Diogenes. He seemed like such a nice feller and all. Of course, I admit he did act sort of suspicious at times.
What are you talking about, Lum?
Well, don't you understand, Abner? Diogenes was a counterfeiter.
A what?
A feller that prints money.
You mean he had magic power, too?
Of course not. He was just a crook, that's all.
Crook?
And all that pamphlet stuff was just to keep us fooled while he was back here printing money.
Huh?
Granny, no wonder he left town so quick that day after I told him I'd been talking to a detective in Hot Springs.
Well, Lum, if Diogenes can get money out of this thing, he must be magic.
Yes, Mom, that's the way we do it. We rub something on the machine. I don't know what.
No.
No, you don't. There ain't nothing magic about it at all. This is a counterfeiting machine. Makes unlegal money. Them $10 bills you've been making ain't no count.
No count? Why, they are, too. We've been buying stuff with them, or ordering things from the mail order house with them.
Oh, my goodness. Have you been doing that too, Abner?
Of course I have. What's wrong with that?
Well, don't you see? As soon as the mail order house gets the money, they'll discover it's counterfeit, and then they'll send a policeman out here.
Huh?
The first thing you know, you'll be arrested and get thrown in the penitentiary.
Penitentiary? Oh, my goodness.
Well, if I get thrown in there, I'll just use my magic power to get myself out some way or other.
Cedric, forget about that magic power, 'cause you ain't got none.
Well, now, Lum, exactly what have we did now that ain't right?
Why, you can't make money this way, Abner. Only the government can do that.
Well, we've been doing it.
I know, but there's a law against anybody else doing it. Now you broke that law.
Oh, my goodness. Well, Lum, we never knowed we was doing nothing wrong.
Of course you never. I know that. But the fact is that you've committed a crime. Now we got to study up some way to get you out of it.
Oh, my.
Well, I hope they just charge us a big fine, 'cause we could pay that easy. We got plenty of money.
Cedric, you can't use that money. I told you that was unlegal. Non-void. No good.
You mean all them $10 bills I got buried at home ain't no count?
Wait a minute. Have you got a whole lot more of this stuff at home, Cedric?
Yes, Mom. I got about $40,000 worth, I think.
Well, I got about $20,000 hid under my mattress,
Oh,
Lum.
my goodness. Well, you better get rid of it, Abner, and you better do it fast, too, before somebody finds it.
Oh, my goodness. Well, here, I better get out of here and go on home and do that right now, then.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Burn it up, too, every bit of it.
Yeah, come on, Cedric. We better get out of here and do that.
Well, wait a minute. I want Cedric to stay here and help me destroy this money you got here in the feed room. So you run along, Abner.
Yeah, I'll see you in the morning. Wonderful world.
Wonderful world, Mr. Abner.
Don't say that more, Cedric. Oh, my goodness. Well, Come on, we better get busy here.
Say, Mr. Lum, couldn't I just keep out about $50?
No, sir. Can't keep out a cent of it. We got to destroy every single bit of evidence. I reckon we better destroy these here plates on the printing press, too. Don't want no policeman to find them.
We don't, huh?
Of course not. Let's see here. This must be the... How do you work this machine, Cedric?
Oh, you just pull that handle there. You have to put paper in there first. Oh, here's a sheet.
Oh, yeah, paper. Then you just pull the handle, huh? Nothing to it.
Well, I'll be. You got $10 bill, too?
Why, sure. It's the only thing you can get on it. Now, Granny, you know this would be a handy thing to have around the store.
So you could make money on it whenever you needed it?
No, of course not. I mean, we could print up advertising handbills for sales and all such as that. I might even put in a little printing shop. Pine Ridge Printing Corporation, L. Eddard's head printer. How do I look doing this, Cedric? It's kind of fun.
Wait a minute. Did you get $10 bills again?
Why, natural. Granny, Cedric, you know these look awful real.
Yes, but I'm afraid not real enough, Edwards.
Huh? Why, Mr. Adams, I never heard you come in.
Well, I suppose I should have knocked, but I thought it might be nice if I just surprised you.
Well, thank you, Mr. Adams. I suppose you wonder what all these goings-on is in the store here this time of night.
No, I have a pretty good idea of everything now. I admit that you had me fooled for a while, Edwards. I never suspected that you'd have the printing press right here in the store.
Wait a minute. What are you talking about? Who are you anyway, Mr. Adams?
Well, I think this little badge will explain everything. And now, if you...
Now, just a minute, Mr. Adams. You got this all wrong. Abner and Cedric never knowed what they was doing.
Well, I know that Mr. Weehunt here didn't know what he was doing. One talk with him convinced me of that. Nevertheless, I've got to take him along with you.
With me?
Why, certainly. In case you don't know it, Edwards, you're under arrest for being the head of a big counterfeiting ring.
Oh, my goodness. Granny's, Abner, I believe that's our ring.
Aye, Doggy's Lum, I believe you're right.
I'll see. Hello, jot 'em down, store. This is Lum and Abner.
And now, let's see what's going on down in Pine Ridge. Well, things look dark indeed for the old fellows. Lum caught Abner and Cedric in the feed room the other night printing money on Diogenes Smith's printing press. He convinced them that they were not turning out $10 bills by virtue of some magic power, but were actually making counterfeit money. After he sent Abner home to destroy the money he'd hidden there, the stranger, Mr. Adams, appeared on the scene and arrested Lum as the head of a big counterfeiting ring. As we look in on the little community today, we find Lum, who is out on bail, and Abner in the Jot 'em Down store discussing their sad predicament. Listen.
Oh, me. Why did I ever do it? Why? I'll be a disgrace to Elizabeth, the little pearl, just as sure as the
Oh,
world.
for goodness sakes, Abner, stop moaning.
Oh, me.
You ain't got no troubles compared to me.
Ah.
Here I am, the leader of a big counterfeiting ring. At least that's what I'm accused of, and you ain't even been arrested.
No, but I will be, Lum. Just as quick as that mail order house gets that letter me and Cedric sent him, I'm a goner.
Yeah, that's right. He'll get you sure as the world.
Oh, yeah. Why did I ever send that in? Why?
Well, you ought to knowed better, Abner. Anybody with a speck of common sense would have knowed that was counterfeit money you and Cedric was making on Diogenes' printing press.
Well, it looked awful real to me, Lum. It had me fooled.
Well, you're old enough, feller, to know that it ain't possible to make money that easy. To get something for nothing.
No.
At least there ain't no honest way to do it. And even when you do it unhonest, you still got to pay for what you get in the end.
Now, Lum, don't give me no lectures now. I've told myself all that 100 times, and it just makes me feel terrible.
Well, it ought to.
You don't reckon there's some way we could get that letter back, do you?
Oh, of course not. It's too late now.
Yeah, well, maybe if we got an awful fast airplane and flied to the mail order house, well, an airplane could beat the train, and that's what the letter was sent on, the train.
Listen, Abner, it's too late. They've already got your letter.
Doggies, if I could just get to that mail order house, I could find that letter around there somewhere and tear it up. I know I could. I'd recognize that letter anywhere. It was a great big fat one because we had so much money in it.
Yeah, you just might as well make up your mind to this. You've did something wrong, so now you got to take the consequences.
Oh, me. What can I tell Elizabeth and little Pearl?
The worst part about it is that after you get arrested, you won't be able to help me none.
Help you?
I know. Nobody will believe any of your testifying at my hearing because they'll know you're a criminal, too.
Yeah. Well, have they told you when your hearing's going to be yet?
Yeah, well, Mr. Adams called me over to the place this morning. He said it was set for day after tomorrow.
Oh, my.
That don't give me much time to get no case worked up, neither. Squires went into the county seat to talk to a lawyer friend of his. He's going to try to get him to take my case for me.
Well, now, if he's a friend of Squire's, Lum, I wouldn't put too much confidence in him.
Well, he's a good lawyer. At least Squire says he is.
Well, in the first place, I don't see why you need a lawyer no way, Lum. You ain't actually did nothing that's wrong. It was me and Cedric that was using the counterfeit money.
I know that, but they think I'm the head of the whole outfit. Mr. Adams come in there and seen me working the printing press and just allowed I was making all the money myself.
Yeah.
Public enemy. An arch criminal.
Yeah, well, you ain't the head of it, though, Lum. Diogenes Smith is. Why don't you tell him that?
I've told Mr. Adams about Diogenes till I'm black and blue in the face. But he won't believe a word of it.
Well?
Just keeps acting like he thinks I'm touched.
Touched?
Yeah, he says Diogenes had been dead for a couple of thousand years.
Ah.
Well, you see, he thinks I'm talking about the old Diogenes that lived a long time ago.
Oh.
He won't believe there's a new Diogenes that carries a lantern and looks for an honest man like the old one done.
Well, Diogenes ought to be coming back pretty soon, then Mr. Adams can just see for himself.
Diogenes ain't coming back.
Huh?
Can't you understand that, Abner? He never went to get more supplies for his printing press. He just had to leave town because he knowed the police was getting suspicious.
How do you know that?
Well, he didn't actually know it. He just thought they was. You recollect he left town right after I told him that I'd been talking to a detective over at Hot Springs when I taken them pamphlets over there for him.
Yeah, I know that.
Well, he figured the detective was getting suspicious. And more than likely, he headed for Pine Ridge to find out what was going on over here.
Oh.
And you recollect, too, how Diogenes told me to tell everybody that I was in full charge here?
Yeah.
Well, that's so I'd get the full blame instead of him.
Why, that snake in the weeds.
And then when Cedric sent in that first bunch of counterfeit money to the mail order house, the police started right out looking for him. That was why Mr. Adams come to Pine Ridge.
Yeah, I know why he come here.
Of course, they already had something else on Cedric, too.
Something else?
Yeah, the police had the license number of a car that they had suspicioned had delivered some counterfeit money over in Oklahoma someplace. And when they checked up, the license number belonged to Cedric.
To Cedric? Hi, doggies, wait a minute, Lum. Then that time when Cedric's license plates was gone, why, it weren't no youngin's prank after all like we thought it was.
Of course not. Diogenes had more than likely stole them license plates himself just to throw the police off.
Why, that horse thief.
Taking them off of Cedric's car and put them on whosever car it was that come through here.
Yeah.
I wish now we'd have listened to Mousy that time he was trying to tell us that he seen that car late at night with Arkansas plates on it and one time with Illinois plates on it the next time.
Yeah, we ought to listen. He tried to tell us, tried his best.
I reckon we ought to apologize to Mousy.
Yeah, ought to.
Where is Mousy today?
I don't know. He come in early this morning, left some kind of a paper here for you, and then went right out again. I didn't get a chance to talk to him much.
Left a paper for me?
Yeah.
What kind of a paper?
I don't know. I never paid no attention. Just said it was for you. Got something wrote on it, he said.
Well, for goodness sakes, give it to me. Maybe it's something important. Whereabouts is it at?
Well, right there on the counter, that there, folded up. Yeah, that's the one. Oh, me, what am I going to tell Elizabeth when I get arrested?
Imagine what Mousy'd be writing.
Oh,
maybe he discovered some new evidence on something.
Why did I ever send that dad blame order in? I never needed any of them tennis rackets or saxophones. I oughter bought defense bonds with the money. That's what I oughter did.
That'd have been a fine howdy-do. Take counterfeit money and buy defense bonds with them.
Huh?
You would have been in trouble sure enough then.
Oh, yeah, that's right,
That
that's
ain't
right.
being very patriotic.
Yeah, let them send the saxophone. I'll take that. That's better. Yeah.
To whom it may concern, be it known that I, Llewellyn Snavely Gray, that's Mousie's real name.
Oh, yeah, I never recognized it.
Be it known that I, Llewellyn Snavely Gray, am hereby resigning my position as clerk and delivery boy of the Jot 'em Down store.
Resigning?
Yeah.
Hmm.
I regret having to do this because you, Lum, have been just like a mother to me.
Well,
But now that you have been arrested and are a criminal in the eyes of the law, I am forced to quit. I do not feel that it is fair to my wife, Gussie, to have to say to the world that an associate of mine is in the penitentiary.
well, I do know.
I think you are being wrongly accused, but I must stand by Gussie.
Gussie.
Signed, Llewellyn Snavely Gray. Aye, Granny's Abner, that's the last straw.
Yeah. Who we gonna get to make the delivers now?
Delivers? I ain't worried about them.
Well, we can't get Cedric, Lum, 'cause his papa ain't bailed him out of jail yet. He says he wants to learn him a lesson.
Listen, Abner, there ain't gonna be no delivers for nobody to make pretty soon. What I mean is that when all our friends start turning against us, that's the last straw.
Well, if...
Don't even want to be associated with us no more. Criminals in the eyes of the law, that's what we are.
Oh, my poor Elizabeth. Poor little Poppy in the penitentiary. Oh, me.
Here we've been respected citizens of this community all these years, and now we've come to the end with blackened characters. Spots on our scutcheons.
Oh, yeah, we've got...
Whatever that is. I don't know what it is myself.
Well, where did you learn that word, Lum?
I don't know. I've heard that expression.
Well, I never did before. I'll recollect that. Spots on my escutcheons.
What did we ever do to deserve all this?
Well, find out about that.
Mousy quitting, friends turning against us, and Cedric in jail, me under arrest for a crime I never done.
Oh, my.
The shatter of the penitentiary bars staring me in the face.
And me gonna get arrested any minute.
Yeah, the long arm of the law reaching out for my partner.
Long arm.
Yeah, that means there'll be nobody to help me.
Oh.
Nobody to carry on the store. Nobody to do nothing.
Why did I ever order that consarn stuff? What am I going to tell my woman? Poor little Pearl.
Howdy.
Oh, howdy, Grandpa.
Yeah, howdy, Grandpap.
Wonderful world. Wonderful. I reckon that ain't the thing to say no more.
Oh, go ahead and say it. Wonderful world. Everything's wonderful. Couldn't be better.
Well, I'm proud to hear that. I never knowed whether you're still in jail or out on a bail by now, Lum. When they going to hold a hearing for you?
Grandpapa, I'd just rather not discuss that.
Don't discuss nothing, Grandpap.
Well, I hope I ain't said nothing wrong.
No, you never said nothing wrong. I just don't like to talk about it.
No.
Well, I just dropped in to leave your mail for you. Don't you fellers ever go to the post office and pick up your mail no more?
Well, we ain't had time today, Grandpap.
There ain't no mail we're interested in, no way.
No, don't want to hear from nobody.
Well, I thought Abner'd be interested in this letter from the mail order house.
Mail order house? Oh.
Yeah, I knowed you ordered a lot of stuff from them.
Doggone, there it is, Lum. There it is. They're arresting me by mail.
Wait a minute, though. Let me look at this again here. This ain't from the mail order house. It's addressed to them.
To them?
Yeah, it says, returned, insufficient postage.